I've been thinking of doing this for a long time, reviewing the comments of a video. The amount of slanderous comments on this video is just disgusting, absolutely disgusting. And it is slander because it is damaging to my reputation. And I was going to ban every single one of them, but I just thought, the best way to deal with these people is to prove them wrong. And that's what I'm about to do right now. Thumbs up for free review copies here. Just kidding. He isn't kidding at all. He means it. He's put just kidding because he doesn't want to get banned. So I'm going to address this first so I don't have to keep addressing it in all the other comments. I have to be very careful as a reviewer because if I get scared of the backlash, I can't do my job properly. And I said to my partner last night when I released my review, I says, I'm going to get annihilated for this tomorrow. And I knew I would. And that's why it doesn't really bother me that much, because I knew it was coming. But I have to be able to speak the truth and speak my mind of how I really feel about playing a game. If I get scared to thumb up a third-person cover shooter with microtransactions and DLCs because of the backlash that I'll get, even if the game is really good fun and I enjoy it, then I might as well just pack in, because I'm not going to be able to deliver my opinion, my review opinion. I can't do it. And this is the problem. I mean, if I have to thumb down every game that has a female protagonist lead and carries guns, then what's the point? What's the point? You can't be like that. We play games to have fun. And if I have fun in a game, then that's going to supersede everything. And I just want to prove that press copies mean nothing to me other than it saves me money. But it will not influence my decisions. I don't get a lot of press copies, but now and then I do. But the very rarely valuable ones, it'll be some guy who's made a game on Steam will send me one. I get loads of them. But from big developers, I hardly ever get one. Now, when I got the one for Ancestors the other day, that's a AAA, it's an expensive game. It's about £45, I think, the game. I was in talk with them on email. They were nice people, and then I had to thumb their game down and I annihilated it because I thought it was garbage. And it was hard to do that because they'd been so nice to me, but I couldn't allow that to get in the way of what I felt playing the game. And I thumbed Ancestors down. But look at this. Here's some footage. Contact, Bohemia Interactive, huge company. Not only did they send me a press key for Contact, they sent me this amazing set of walkie-talkies, the whole expensive Contact set, to give us a game code to review their game. And I thumbed their game down. I mean, these people in these comments who are saying that just because I got a press key, they don't know what they're talking about. They're just fucking ignorant idiots, really, at the end of the day. Because if they are right, then why didn't I thumb up Contact? Why didn't I thumb up Ancestors? And you know what? It's not just them. There is a shit ton of games that I've had from developers over the years, and I've thumbed them down, but they've sent me keys. And honestly, anyone who sends me a key for a game, I'm terribly grateful. But it won't make any difference in how I review your game. If I don't like it, I'm going to thumb it down. That's what I do. That's my job. There you go. That's the best way I can reply to you is prove you completely and utterly wrong. So every one of yous, when I go down the comments, when I come to you, you're just fucking wrong. Is this available for Switch or PS4? I don't think so. Yes, there is. Too many cutscenes. There's too many, Geronimo. Too many. A couple of jerks. Good job you don't play GTA Online. That's full of massive jerks, yeah. I think you only enjoyed it because you didn't have to pay for it. Well, I proved you wrong as well, Terry. This is going to get fun. Mac became exactly what he hated, IGN. He started to love trash console port and strong independent female protagonist lame games. I wouldn't be surprised if he plays Battlefield 6 next year with trans midget coloured soldiers and enjoys it. This character is not a Mary Sue in this game. The men in this game are macho, big, huge, muscly freaking men. She doesn't put them down at all. She doesn't tell them that they're wrong to be like that. The testosterone in this game is off the scale, as you can imagine. It's gears, for crying out loud. And she doesn't come across as some kind of lefty Mary Sue type telling them that they shouldn't be like that. If she did, then I would have mentioned it, but she doesn't. I didn't find any SJW bullshit in this game whatsoever. There was just none of it. This game had a good story with good characters. Now, sure, it's ridiculous to watch a scrawny woman carrying all these huge guns around the battlefield. It looks stupid, but that's just the way it is. You know, we've had that in games since games began, but that doesn't mean that it's some kind of left-wing driven propaganda. It's just not. You know, it's just not. Wolfenstein Youngblood is completely. That is just absolutely forcing it down your throats for no other reason than political. This is not one bit political, not one bit, which is why I didn't even mention this, because people now are crying wolf every time they see a female. It's like, oh, it's SJW bullshit, Mary Sue. God, my, don't be so ignorant, people. Come on. You're right, Mac, the bot is cute. Yeah, it's not. Still a shitty Gears game. Well, I don't like Gears, but yeah, I like this one. I'm actually the best reviewer ever, however. Well, I don't think I am. You give The Witcher 3 a real lashing, which it rightfully deserved. I didn't give Witcher 3 a real lashing at all. This is what I said. I don't... Look, let's get this out the way, Witcher 3. What I said about Witcher 3. I said, Witcher 3, I can still kind of remember it word for word. I said, it's got a great story, it's got great characters, it's got a great open world, and if you like that kind of thing, it is definitely worth a buy. But the combat is clunky, and it is. It's very clunky, the combat system. And I didn't like the combat system in the game at all. And so for that reason, I thumbed it down. I didn't have a middle thumb back then. If I did, I'd have probably give it a middle thumb. But I didn't do middle thumbs back then. And that's what I said about Witcher 3. It just, the combat was awful. And you know, when you Google, if you Google now Witcher 3 combat, you will find thousands and thousands of posts from people agreeing with me, saying how bad the combat is in Witcher 3. That's all I said, but you've got to understand, fanboys are rabid animals. They just can't cope with it. They just literally can't cope with anything negative about the game. They're so immature, it's just scandalous. And then to say this pile of shit is fun, is that because you've got a review code? Just saying. So there's another ignorant person there. He hasn't even played the game probably. So how can he say it's a pile of shit? See, I've played Witcher 3 and I've played Gears 5, and I'd rather play Gears 5 than Witcher 3 any day. I'm not saying Witcher 3 is a bad game, because clearly it isn't. I didn't say it was. It's just not for everybody. It's not a very good RPG. You know, there's no consequences for looting in people's houses and stuff like that. You can just loot in front of them, and what they'll do is they'll just be giving you a freaking quest while you ransack the house. That's not the kind of RPG I want to play. Of course it's not. You go to bed on a night and the fairies come and replenish half of your crafting mats. That's not the kind of RPG I want to play. This isn't about Witcher 3 anyway. I don't want to get into that, but yeah, that's the reason. NDA press copy and no mention of the fact you're forced to play as a small Mary Sue character. You're not, man. Oh my goodness, these people. Hey, you know what? Unsubscribe from my channel, all you lot, will you? Because I don't want you here. I don't want you here at all. You are. Do you know what you people are? You are the mirror image of these left-wing people who call you sexist, racist, transphobic, homophobic, and all of these names when you're not any of them. Just because you have a different opinion to them, they just throw the racist card out everywhere, or the sexist card just because you disagree with them. They do that in society now, and it's vile. But you guys are the same, only you do it from the other end. You know what I mean? You do it from the other end. Oh, she's a woman. She's obviously a Mary Sue and it's SJW. You can't. Don't be like the left. There's linear and there's linear. There was a level in Half-Life called On a Rail. You rode a powered flat car. I remember the level very, very well. How linear can you get, except you had control of speed and direction? You could leave the flat cart and play on foot. In fact, you could do the whole level on foot. In a modern game, you'd be stuck on a vehicle and have taken through a series of exciting scripted events, and the designers let you get off. Both linear. Yeah, what is your point? It's sad that 20 years on the Half-Life approach isn't enough. Well, I agree, but there's a lot of things that I would have thought that you could have brought from the 90s and noughties, and we just don't. We just don't. Sorry, but it's impossible for me to play games with female leads, especially war games. The very notion is absurd and subversive. Wow. I just don't know what to say to you. I really don't know what to say to you. Well, you're going to miss out on some great games. I've been playing games with female leads for 30 years and I don't have any problem with them at all, as long as they are not there specifically for political reasons, and I didn't see that this one was. If it is, well, they haven't done a very good job, because they've missed loads of opportunities to bash men and they didn't use any of them. So yeah, Sellout, just kidding. I think it's a fair review. Maybe 6 would have been more suitable at the point of review, but on release I'm sure they will fix another few issues. So 7. I thought 7 was spot on. It's a better than average game, pretty much. I'm getting praised. It's getting praised to high hell. I don't know. I haven't. I did look at IGN, give it an 8. That's about it. I mean, I didn't finish this review till I think it was 10 to 4 in the morning. So the last thing I was doing is looking at other people's reviews of it. I haven't seen anybody's yet, but I will have a look at a few today. But I would imagine it'll be getting praised to high hell. How can it be when it looks exactly the same as the previous game and sees no change in gameplay? There's a load of changes in the gameplay. It's nothing like the first game. Well, it is a bit like Gears of War 4. Obviously, it's a Gears game. It has the similar mechanics. It's a cover shooter, but it is a lot less of a cover shooter than Gears 4 was, and it has some really tough enemies as well, and really fun enemies and interesting enemies where you have to use tactics and stuff. So I enjoyed it. Holy shit, Mac liked it. My little brother and me loved Gears 4 via Game Pass. It was this is on Game Pass as well. It was his first Gears as well. Even he noticed the shooting galleries by the end of it, but damn, it was fun though. 425, you didn't get stuck in the scenery, you got stuck in the barbed wire, you damn stinking ape. No, it was a bug that. I'll show you the footage right now. I'm actually trying to throw a smoke grenade. I'm in a little bunker thing. I throw the smoke grenade and then I automatically teleport to the barbed wire, because there's no barbed wire anywhere near me when I throw the smoke grenade, and it's a bug. So there you go, that's that debunked. Meh, still looks wank. Well, yeah, but you gotta play the game. I can sense your skill. What? I can sense your skill ups review bias. I can sense your skill ups. I don't understand that. Oh, skill up the reviewer. Are you talking about? I can sense your skill ups reviewer review. What, has he thumbed it up as well, has he? So we're both bias. I don't even know what you're saying there, mate. I haven't even looked at his review. I don't even know if he's reviewed it. So I'm just going to learn to write, because I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't see what you see. Same old shit. 4 out of 10. Well, if you've played it and you thought it was 4 out of 10, that's fine. That's your opinion. I'm going to poke fun at you, Mac. You reviewed the game. How don't you know how to pronounce the protagonist's name? Of your review? Because I forget. I'm just not very good with names. I've never been good with names. I forget them straight away. I won't buy it when it has microtransactions. Well, you're going to miss out on a lot of games. Look, games that have microtransactions, just don't buy the microtransactions. That's the way to do it, you know. Now, I'm sure somewhere in my portfolio I will have thumbed a game down purely on that. Look, I'm going to tell you something here. I've been reviewing games now for years, and probably about 5-6 years maybe, and I have definitely improved as a reviewer over that time. I think one of the things where I can absolutely tell you that I have changed my stance, I don't mind being proved wrong as long as it's for the right reasons. I remember clearly saying about a game that had X-ray vision. You could turn it off, but the fact that it had it there, I absolutely said you shouldn't buy this game, blah, 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 blah. And that was ignorant of me. And now I have completely changed my stance on enemy tagging, X-ray vision and all of that. What I say now is, if you're going to put it in the games, and I don't like it in the games, but if you're going to put it in the games, as long as I can turn it off, then that's fair enough. Because who am I to see how somebody else has to play the game. If you want to play the game with aim assist, x-ray vision on, tagging on, and all of that, well, you've paid your money. That's entirely up to you. And who am I to tell you how to play your game? So I have been ignorant in the past, and I like to think that, you know, I do improve over the years. And you just have to, you can't be so stuck in your ways that you will never change, because if you are wrong, and I was clearly wrong on that, then you have to be man enough to be able to admit when you've been wrong. And in that instance I was wrong, and so therefore there will be some reviews where I've actually said that, and I totally don't agree with that anymore. So there you go. Is this really worth a buy? Cough twice if someone is holding you against your will. Oh god. Yes, it is worth a buy. But bear in mind, it's a cover shooter, you know. It's not worth a buy as a first-person shooter. You know, you have to put it into the context of what it is as a game. Honest reviews always only from our Mac. It's took a long time till someone's actually can see through the bullshit. So thanks for that, Robert. 7 out of 10. Didn't know. Don't you know that's the worst score you can give a game? Yeah. Yep. But I actually use 7 out of 10 properly. Play as a chick, I will skip this game, my goodness. Microtransactions, yes, but you don't have to buy them. Does it have the glue cover mechanics? Yes, but I didn't think it was as bad. I never got stuck on them like I did in Gears 4. So I don't know whether they've eased up on that, I'm not sure. Never played Gears, never will, fair enough. Mac likes a Gears game, didn't see that coming. I have my popcorn out of a good, honest, good review. It is also possible to play the campaign in co-op. It is, of course, yeah. Isn't the enemy sliding on the floor just from the high winds coming from the right? Going to be checking this out on Game Pass. Look, it's not high winds. It is high winds, that's why they've done it. But what I'm saying is it's ridiculous. These guys are huge. They probably weigh about 18 stone. I mean, if you fall down and you're an 18 stone body, you fall down into the snow and the wind's blowing, you have absolutely no profile against the wind at all, nothing for the wind to get hold of, and then it blows you flying across the ground. If the wind was strong enough to blow an 18 stone person, and it's not even down a hill really, it's pretty flat, do you think I would be able to stand up and have a firefight in that? If it was strong enough to blow an 18 stone prone body, you know, on the floor, then there's no way. That's bullshit, I'm sorry. That's bullshit. That sled bug was quite funny, exactly. It was, yeah. What got me intrigued in this game was the fact that Alyssa White Glues, the lead singer of Swedish methodic band Arch Enemy, is the voice power behind the Swarm Hunter. Huh. And now you've confirmed that Gears 5 might be an exception to most other Gears games, yes. Well, I've never played the first 3, I only played 4, and I thought 4 was garbage, but this is way, way better. I was about 13, 14 when the first Gears came out. What a good game that was. The in-game chat between the end of the rounds was legendary stuff. I didn't like a lot of the in-game chat in this game. You would come into a big firefight situation where you just got out by the skin of your teeth, and then as soon as that fight was over, the banter would be, yeah, so where are you going this summer? And it was like, hang on, mate, you've just been fighting for your life. You wouldn't be talking all casual. That was kind of bad. Yeah, mate, you fucking lost it. Yet another game buried under endless layers of bullshit, but you still recommend it based on the brief moments of... Brief? I didn't say the word. See how people are changing everything. Brief moments of fun. You just had brief moments of fun. Well, it's a 15-hour game, and the first couple of hours I didn't like, but the rest of it I did. So that's brief, is it? I'm disagreeing with you. I really enjoy the game, so much so that I'm waiting till it comes out, and then I'm going to stream the entire game in co-op with 2 other players. I want to play as the little robot, and I also want to do the co-op missions. There's so much content in this game that's really good fun. It's not about brief moments. You've got co-op missions that are really, really cool. The escape mission looks fantastic. And just playing the whole game through in co-op is going to be really good fun. It's, you know, whatever floats your boat, mate. Whatever floats your boat. I'm torn by your words. Well, watch some streams then. Just don't take my word for it. You should never take my word and only my word. You should watch a couple of other reviews. Watch a stream. Don't just go and blindly buy it because somebody tells you it's good. Because it's all opinions. That's all reviews are. Was expecting to hear Bantha Wank or Frozen Ocelot piss, but was surprised. Well done, Mac. I'm personally loving it. Just, no, you usually don't. Yeah, well, yeah, I don't, but I did, and I am, if you know what I mean. The fact that you thumbed this up is proof you are slowly changing your stance against day one DLCs. And no, it's not. How am I changing my stance on day one DLCs and microtransactions? If I was changing my stance, then I would not be saying in the game that they are bad. I'd be saying, hey, you know what? It's got day one DLC and microtransactions, but that's not too bad. But, you know, I don't say that at all. Wow, and here I am thinking you're going to demolish this game, but good to hear you thumb this up. Been getting into Gears of War since 2006. You've given it up for a Gears of War game is huge, Mac. This ruling only provides more trust in your opinions. Those games usually have sucked lately. Exactly. See, that's the correct answer. Because what it proves is that all these people who say I hate third-person games, all these people who say I hate linear games, they're just ignorant people. Because I've been thumbing up third-person games for years now. I've been playing third-person games for years now. You know, it's irrelevant to me. I mean, I loved Control. I was Control first, but I can't remember. I love Remnant. Remnant was a great game. That was just a few weeks ago, third-person game. You know, it's Control was third-person as well. I loved that. It's, you know, these people, man. These people. So he's just spamming that. He spammed it again. 10:30. More of scam business. So it's the same thing. More scam business. He's talking about the microtransactions and all that. Yes, you are right in the sense that having microtransactions is lame. It is a scam. I'll always call it a scam because, in my opinion, they are withholding stuff that should be in the actual base game. Yeah. But how has that got me exploited? I don't buy them and I never will. And I don't think anybody ever should buy the day one DLCs and especially microtransactions in game. They are bad. Don't buy them and they'll stop putting them in. It's as simple as that. What resolution do you play at? Well, if I'm playing on my own, it's 1440p, but when I'm recording, it's 1080p. Mac, who'd have thought it? Joy from a third-person cover shooter. You're getting soft in your old age. Either that or I enjoyed the game. Yeah. I prefer my protagonists roided up and huge. Everyone wants to be The Rock. I don't want to be The Rock at all. I can't stand him. Ugh. Gears of War is the epitome of wank gaming. I have met several people with Gears of War tattoos, and I can only assume it's because the deepness of the story really resonates with their tiny brains. As the gameplay for me personally is balls. I know exactly what he means. That's how I felt with Gears 4, completely. Absolutely, totally, but Gears 5 didn't play like that for me. I found it way harder and way more fun. Is it really that good when third-person games are not one mentioned? Mac, are you getting absorbed with all the shitty games? I don't know what that is. I can't be bothered to click it. I got an ad on a Mac video and he didn't hate the game. The end times are near. What? Mac, you attract trolls and hating fanboys like flies around shite. That's no disrespect to you because I think you're honest, entertaining and truthful. But for some reason, I don't know, the hate and adolescent idiots that comment on your videos is unprecedented. Yeah, no. If anyone else thumbs up this game, everybody thinks, oh, great review, fantastic. I can't win. If I thumb this game down, I get shit tons of hate for thumbing it down. If I thumb it up, I get shit tons of hate. I can't win, and that's fine. I can take it, you know. It's just the way things are. It's just, I think it's kind of a testimony to the fact that I do speak my mind all the time, and I won't be swayed. I won't be bought, and I won't be pressured completely by aggressive acts. I've had death threats and all sorts of stuff. You see, what a lot of people can't understand is that I'm a gamer. I'm not a reviewer as such. I'm a gamer. I like fun. I like to have fun in games, and I don't care where that fun comes from. I don't care if it's a top-down, a third person, a first person, a cover shooter, a non-cover shooter, a strategy. I don't care what it is. If I play it and I have fun, then I'm going to say that. And what that does, I always remember, I'm going to tell you something that goes back to when I was 17 years old. I loved U2 back in the day when U2 were great. And I also loved Simple Minds. Now, this lad I knew, he loved Simple Minds. But he thought that he shouldn't like U2 because U2 and Simple Minds were very, very similar. So you had to take sides. You can't. How, Mac? You can't like U2 and Simple Minds. What the f? Simple Minds are way better than U2. Well, I like them both, and I've seen them both in concert, and I like them both. And that's the same with these games. If you like third person, oh, you can't like first person. Oh, Mac, you thumbed this down because you don't like third person games. No, I thumbed it down because it was shite. It just happened to be a third person game. Oh, Mac, how come you like this? It's third person, yet you thumbed that down and it was third person. What the fuck? You know, it's called mentality of ignorant, stupid people. That's why I get so much hate, and that's just the way it is. So, hey, I don't care. I laugh and ring a bell. I mean, we've just read out a few hundred comments out of how many views? Thousands and thousands. These people are a tiny minority of haters. That's all they are. They're bitter people. Bitter that I thumbed down their favourite game. They can never get over it. They're obsessed with me. They subscribe to me purely to thumb down my videos and spout their shit in the comments. That's what these people do. And I'm never going to let it sway me. I will always speak the truth. Not about what people want me to say. Not about what people maybe try to influence me with game codes or whatever. It's irrelevant to me what people send me. Because I will always judge the game on the gameplay and how much fun I've had. Because there's nothing else to judge it by. It's as simple as that. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you with my next review, which is actually a preview of Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which is coming this weekend. So I'll see you later.